Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. For those of you who are new here, my name's Steph, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my 2020 favorites. Now I know that this year has not been the best, and I'm probably as excited as everybody else to see this year just go into its moment of history where it belongs and we can just move on with our lives. But that being said, to try and be a little bit more positive and to try and see the light even in the bad. I know that it has been hard this year, but I do want to focus on some of the good this year, and I thought I would do a favorites video. So with that being said, if you want to see my 2020 favorites, keep on watching. Okay, I'm gonna start off with some kind of intangible favorites, some just general things that I've really enjoyed this year. One is you guys. I really appreciate you guys being here with me on this journey. I started this channel as a creative outlet and started posting more frequently again during the spring, the summer, as a place to put all of my energy and some of my focus, and to give a little bit of structure and schedule to my weeks during that really uncertain time. And I can't believe that what was a creative outlet and a hobby has turned into a community that is growing, and I really appreciate you guys, and I thank you guys so much for being a part of this channel and being with me as we grow and as I learn and everything like that. The second favorite that I have that's kind of like big lifestyle or my big on the personal side of things, is I got my real estate license, and I honestly, this was a long process. It ended up being 2 years with all of the delays that happened, and it has just been a wonderful learning experience for me. I personally had kind of a less than satisfactory academic experience with university. I was not in my moment academically in university. I didn't handle the workload particularly well, and I just didn't know how to ask for help or explain what I was doing, and that was my own fault. And I think I needed to learn a little bit more about myself, my learning style, what worked for me, and all that. So I left university feeling really discouraged academically, but through the process of doing my licensing exam, I have kind of regained some of that confidence, which has been so wonderful. I was such a nerd in high school, and in a nerd as in I studied and I genuinely enjoyed it. And so I kind of feel like I've gone back to that a little bit, and I'm really excited to just explore that a little bit more and continue my relationship with academia, so to speak, through continuing education courses, diplomas, certificates, all that sort of stuff. I'm just more excited and reinvigorated about that. So getting my license, and as a result kind of getting my groove back a little bit in that regard, is definitely a favorite. So I'm going to talk about lifestyle things first. I'm going to talk about some pieces of tech as well as some apps and some things that I have really been loving. So the first thing I'm going to start off with is my productivity planner. I keep a running to-do list on my reminders, but because I write down absolutely everything that needs to be done, it can be very overwhelming. So what I like to do is, in my productivity planner, write down the top 5 tasks that need to be done for the day that are immediate, time sensitive for the day or for the next day sort of, and keep track of my work this way. And it just helps me stay a little bit more prioritized and a little bit less overwhelmed with all the work that needs to be done. So really love this. Another on the tech side, I have absolutely been loving my Kindle. One of my best friends got me this Kindle for Christmas in 2018, and since then it has become a constant companion of mine. There was some stuff going on in my personal life that involved a lot of waiting rooms, and so when you're waiting a lot, you need something to do. And for me, I read quite quickly, so I tend to go through a book in a sitting, depending on how long the sitting is, of course. So having the ability to have a couple books on my Kindle at a time to always ensure that I had something to read or something going, so I was never left with it, became something that I got into the habit of doing. Since all of that stuff has thankfully resolved, I have switched to reading just for the love of reading, but the habit of keeping my Kindle with me has stayed. It's now just shifted from a more necessity to help me escape the world around me into a personal enjoyment aspect. In the process though of using reading to help me cope with what was going on and to make it through those hours waiting, I learned that reading actually really helps me manage my anxiety. So as a part of my routine this year, in reading for my own personal enjoyment, I have also made it a point to have the habit of reading for 10 to 20 minutes every single night, or like, whenever I get stressed, I just take a break to read. And for some reason, it like really helps me manage my anxiety. So I've really been loving that for the, getting back to reading for personal enjoyment, but also handling my anxiety. I think that's great. Finding coping mechanisms always help. Some books that I have really loved this year have been the Margaret Atwood's Handmaid's Tale sequel, The Testaments. I think her writing with The Handmaid's Tale and the sequel has been crazy prophetic. You might not agree with me, I personally think it is. And I think that she is just a genius writer where she provides so much detail without actually providing a lot of detail, if that makes sense. Like, she writes in such a way where she's descriptive but allows your mind to fill in a lot of what the world will look like. And I find her prose incredibly fast. I read both The Handmaid's Tale and The Testaments in one sitting, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Another book that I have really loved, I mentioned, so I did mention that I like to read to help me manage and cope with my anxiety sometimes. So one of the books that I read this year, don't judge me guys because it's kind of sad. Well, it's not really sad, but so one of the books that I read that actually made me, and also I think made my boyfriend realize that reading really does help me with anxiety, was Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. Now, it is not about the content of, it's not the context or the genre or anything about this book in particular, but this is just the book that we noticed it about, was that when I get really anxious, I tend to want to reread books or rewatch TV shows and stuff, something like, it's like a comfort zone and I seek the comfort zone. And so I read this book, I really like the author, and I just kind of had a bout of anxiety where all I wanted to do was read this book, and actually my anxiety was pretty crippling. And what kind of got me through that little like hump that I needed to get over was actually like rereading this book and just escaping into that world for a little bit. So I mean, I don't think it's gonna work for everybody. I wouldn't think that it would work for everybody, but for me personally, reading has been great for that. And that book in particular was something that helped me realize that, and was something that I read I actually read the book I think 2 times within a very short span of time, because that was what I wanted to do and that's what helped me. Another book that I really loved this year was Good Omens. Good Omens is by Neil Gaiman. He wrote Stardust, American Gods, and I've read both of those books as well. And I really also liked the TV show Good Omens, which is why I read this book. And honestly guys, I thought it was so funny. The premise of the book is an angel and a devil team up together to stop the apocalypse. And I really enjoyed it. I think that the film adaptation or the TV adaptation is really great. It's like fairly verbatim as well, which I think is so nice. Sometimes I find that books and movies are adapted a little bit too different. This one was like spot on. But I just really enjoyed the book. I really enjoy Neil Gaiman's sort of like meandering sort of storytelling. I really enjoy that. I like how he builds such an intricate world and such deep characters. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. That's enough on books. Another tech favorite has been my iPad. Originally like an entertainment device, something to read books off of. When I was in university, when I got this one in particular, I used it to have like online textbooks on it, you know. And then it has turned into this like really useful device. I take my notes on it, I, you know, set up Zoom calls on it, all of that sort of stuff, and it's just become a multi-purpose tool that has kind of inserted itself into many parts of my life, which I really enjoy. I feel like I'm getting a lot of use and a lot of good value for this. Finally, I'm gonna talk about some apps that I've really loved this year. First is TikTok. I make TikToks every single day. I really, really enjoy that process and that style of content, and I kind of find that I've hit my stride with it and I really enjoy it. So really, if there's anything that I've learned this year, is when I find something that I really like doing, I'm just gonna do it. Like, I don't care if there are 100 other things on my plate. There are some things that I do just because I really love doing them, and honestly, making TikToks has been one of them. And I know that it's so weird, but if you can find something that makes you happy, like, just do it, especially if you can balance it with everything else in your life. Another thing that I really love that I have mentioned before is the Reminders app. The Reminders app is a place where I just insert everything that I need to get done. Things like my, like, you know, just like beyond my to-do list, I run my content calendar through my Reminders app. I keep track of my book reading for the year. So every year I set a challenge to read 50, 55, 60, however many books I want to read. And then I actually plan out when approximately those deadlines to get those books done in time would be. And I just really like it. I like that organization. I really like the Tatcha app as well for editing. It is what I use to filter my TikToks and my Instagram stories and my reels and stuff. I just really enjoy it. I think she made a great app that is super easy to use, and I love the aesthetics that her filters give my videos. Okay, moving on to, so my singular hair accessory for the year that is stand out is the Silk Labs scrunchies. I first got one in the spring. My friend Erin kindly sent one to me during like when everything was crazy for the first time, and I have just loved them ever since. They are so high quality. They are handmade locally here in the Toronto area, and the silk is amazing. The elastic itself is so high quality. Like, it doesn't slip out of my hair. I only have to wrap it around twice. Like, they're just fantastic. Like, I cannot recommend them to you enough. If you want a silk scrunchie, check out the Silk Labs. Support a Toronto business. You know the Toronto. That's it. Yeah, that's like the only real standout hair accessory I have. Moving on to skincare. A kind of random skincare thing is native deodorant. I made the switch from regular like drugstore deodorant to native because I kind of made a shift in my products this year to try and cut out like the parabens, aluminums, heavy metal situation, at least try and be a bit better about that, a little bit more conscious about what I'm putting on my body. So I made the switch to this, and I have actually really enjoyed this native deodorant. This is actually my favorite scent, coconut and vanilla. It smells like coconut and vanilla. I really like it. But yeah, this product, I had medium to high hopes for it, and it's actually blown me away. I really like it. Yeah, like I mentioned, I have revamped my skincare. So while all of my skincare has actually been fairly surprising, I've liked everything. There are 3 standouts. The first is the Saturday Skin Bright Potion. This is a probiotic brightening serum. I know that probiotics are good because your gut health is good, and if your like gut health is good, then your skin can be good. But I never really got on board with putting a probiotic on my skin until I came across this product, because this was also just like, it was also brightening. It wasn't just like specifically marketed as a probiotic. It was marketed first as a brightening product and then as something that was probiotic. And I don't know what it is about this particular serum, but it just makes my skin happy, and I think because my skin is happy, it's like breaking out less, if that makes sense. So I don't know what it is, but that has been like a game changer because it has just kind of calmed and soothed my skin down. The other two products that I have really loved are two creams from Tatcha, the water cream and the dewy skin cream. The water cream is more of my like spring, summer, early fall moisturizer, and the dewy skin cream is my winter moisturizer. I use both day and night. I don't have different day and night creams right now, and I have really loved these both. I have yet to get the full size of this, but this actually has surprisingly lasted me quite a long time, so I'm impressed. The water cream is super lightweight. It's still moisturizing. It still adds that like protective barrier, but for me personally, it leaves me feeling perfectly hydrated without exacerbating my oily T-zone. The dewy skin cream, I feel like I have the same thing. It's a little bit heavier, so it works a little bit better when I am feeling a little bit more dry. If I use it on kind of like my more regular to oily sort of days, I find that it's a little bit too much, but for when I am dry, this is just perfect to rehydrate and re-moisturize my skin without going crazy heavy, crazy oily. Loves that. And for lip care, I love this product. I've been using this forever. This is my holy grail chapstick. It is the Jack Black Lip Balm. I will never use anything else, guys. Like, this is the best chapstick I have ever come across. It works perfectly for me. I'm here for it. For lips, on the vein of lip care, I have two NARS products. This one is the NARS Velvet Lip Glide. This is in the color Cozumel, but I also have a color called Stripped, I believe, which I also really like. Just this formulation of gloss is one of my favorites. It's very comfortable. I'm wearing it right now. It's not sticky. It's really, really lightweight. It does wear off a little bit faster because it's not so sticky, but I think the comfort and is just so worth it. It's like a milky, semi-opaque sort of vibe, and I really like just pairing these glosses with a little bit of Whirl lip liner and then blending Whirl into my lips and then just topping off my lips with that, and it makes for the most perfect, the most comfortable like lip combo I've worn so far this year. Another nude favorite of mine has been the Nude Sticks Matte Lip and Cheek Pencil in Belle. This is my favorite My Lips But Better lipstick sort of color, and I really love the matte pencil formulation because it's matte, but it's very comfortable and it's not sticky. I hate sticky lip products. It's just, oh, anyways, it's not sticky and I love it and it's very comfortable. And when I need to wear something that's just like grab and go, that is the lip pencil for me. The other thing, the other NARS color that I have is their Power Matte Lip Pigment in the color Star Woman. This is the red that I wear all the time. It is my favorite. It is a blue-based red. It is super flattering, and the NARS liquid lip formulation is, in my opinion, really lightweight and really comfortable, and it is a bit runnier than the ABH or Kylie Cosmetics liquid lips, but I find because it's a little bit lighter weight, it's a lot more breathable, and when I am wearing a chapstick underneath it, like I fairly often do, it does a little bit of a better job wearing. So, I don't know, I personally really like it. On to fashion. Okay, first thing I'm gonna talk about, leather trousers, and I absolutely love these for the fall to about now. If I had a full-blown family Christmas, I probably would have worn these with tights underneath and some heels, but that did not happen. So I've just been wearing these when I need to look presentable or for like work, socially distanced work meetings, stuff like that. I really like them. They're an unexpected purchase. I think I was looking for a couple pairs of I was looking through a couple pairs of faux leather / leather shorts, and I ended up looking at a pair of understated leather, which just looked like a pair of denim shorts but leather. And then I came across these, which were tailored with the cuff, and I was like, sold. They're a fraction of the price, they're faux leather, and they ended up being like a massive hit. I love them. I can't say enough good things. Okay, on a kind of a general product or a general like item sort of thing, biker shorts have been something that I have absolutely loved this year. This is an Aritzia pair in Sagis, but I also really love the Lululemon Align shorts. So just biker shorts overall. In the summer and in the warmer weather, I love just honestly throwing on biker shorts, throwing on a baggy t-shirt and being good. It's kind of what I wear almost every single day, just like casually. And honestly, I'm here for it. I really like it. So going back, the Melina pants. Guys, I know you know that these are gonna be favorites. It should be no surprise. I absolutely love the Melina pants. They are so flattering, and honestly, I know that they're trendy now, but for me personally, that style is a evergreen. They're staples in my wardrobe, and I have loved wearing them. Every time I wear them, I get so many compliments, and I have a couple different colors, and I just can't say enough good things about them. Okay, so I did do a little bit of a re-zhuzh of my basics this year. I picked up some new things, just some new cuts, some new styles, to refresh my staple and my capsule wardrobes. So the first thing that I got, Sunday Best Little Rib Tee. I love this. This is a thicker t-shirt and it's a little bit more shrunken, but I absolutely love how they look. They look like a little 90s inspired, like shrunken tee sort of vibes. But because they're thick, they're super high quality and they're not see-through, and I love that I've been able to pair them with kind of everything in my wardrobe. They match everything, they're great basics, and they just look so nice. And because I think they're so thick, they look really like clean lines sort of situation, and I just love that. Another Sunday Best basic that I really love have been the Honor tanks. These are a high neck muscle tee with a racer back, and this is the color Dry Basil, and this is the white. I have really loved these tank tops. I historically have not been a big tank top person, unsure why, but this year I kind of, as you can tell, made this switch and picked up a couple, and the Honor tanks have just been standout. They're really soft, they're really comfortable, and they're very, very flattering, and so they are a standout favorite of mine. I have absolutely loved Set Active this year. It's one of those brands where I like aggressively wait for their drops and like keep tabs on them and have notifications on just so I don't miss their products. I really love them. I really love the colors, the material, the cuts of their sports bras, and I love that they're adding more sizing and more cuts and more colors, everything all the time. And I also, it's kind of annoying, but I also really like the fact that they run drops and they have limited stock in every drop. So once a color is sold out, it's kind of like a little bit more special when you have it, you know? Just a little like limited run situation. But I really like it, and I really like the quality, and I love their colors. So yeah, Set Active, big fave. Moving on to a sweater that I'm sure you guys are sick of me talking about. The Montpellier sweater has been a favorite. Obviously I just got this again, but I love it so much I wanted to talk about it. It is my absolute favorite all-time sweater. It is so flattering, it is so soft, so comfortable, it is really high quality, it is a merino wool sweater. I just cannot say enough good things about this sweater, to be completely fair, and so it is in my favorites. Okay, bear with me, we are almost done. So a dress that I have been loving this year is the Lioness Military Minds dress. Sage color. Sage was obviously like a super popular color this summer. Everybody had to have sage, and honestly it is one of those colors that is just so flattering across every hair color, every skin tone. Like I have seen so many girls wearing this color, and every time I see it on somebody I'm like, oh, you just look stunning, you know? And so I've loved this dress. I also love that this dress has ruching on the sides. I don't have the biggest booty up there. And so the ruching kind of like gives the illusion of like slightly rounder hips and like kind of, it's like really flattering. It just does good things for my body, and I'm here for the dress, I'm here for the color of the dress, and I would like the dress in more colors as well. And to be completely fair, I do want this dress in a few more colors. I get a lot of wear out of the sage, and I think adding a brown color and maybe a black or a white would just, you know, even further extend my use of the style. So yeah. And you guys know that if I'm gonna get something in a few different colors, I must truly love it. The Steph stamp of approval. Now, my final favorite is a big purchase that I made this year, and that is the AGOLDE Charlie oversized denim jacket. This is I think probably my most favorite purchase of the year. It is something that I have wanted for so long, saved for, kept an eye out on all the different styles, the opportunities, and then when the sale presented itself on this jacket, I just took the plunge, and honestly, I'm so happy. It is a super versatile piece for me personally, and I got so much wear out of it in the summer and in the fall, and now going into the winter, I like to use it as a layering piece. And honestly, I'm so happy with the purchase. And yeah, that is absolutely everything for my 2020 favorites. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you in the next video.